In the last video I made, we practiced outputting a string of characters into the console just using the system.out.println like this. And then here you would put your string of characters. We'll say, hello, how are you? So this is pretty simple. Sorry, I missed the quotes there. And go ahead and compile and run. Hello, how are you? Down there. So now what if you want to use that phrase, hello, how are you, several times throughout your code without having to retype it every single time? I'm going to show you how to define different variables so that you can just use the variable name periodically throughout the code rather than retyping the entire thing. This also makes your code a little bit more versatile so that you can change the variable once and it will change it throughout the entire code for you. So I'm going to go over three of the more general basic variable types. We have strings, ints, and doubles. So string is really just a string of letters like we have here. So you'll be able to transfer this to a string variable. An int is an integer number. It's just a solid number, whereas a double is also a number, but it can have several places behind a decimal. So to define the variable, you just instantiate the variable type. So we have string, and then you say you want to name the variable, so we'll call this s1, string 1, equals, you can call this anything you want, but we can call it string 1, equals, and we'll put our quotes, and we'll come up with our string. We'll say, hello, how are you today? And once again, I forgot the quotes, and there is our string 1. So sorry about that. And make sure you have it in parentheses like that. Well, really you don't need it in parentheses. I just like to do that, but I'll show you. You don't need it there. Now we're going to go ahead and define an integer value here. So we'll have int. Once again, we need to name it. We can call it int1, or I'll call it I1 in this case. Equals, let's come up with a number, click that one, 7. So now we've defined int1 as 7. Double, we can call this, I'll show you, we can either call it 6.0 or simply 6, and later on you'll see the difference between the int and the double. Let's actually make them the same number, double v1, and you'll see the difference between them. Okay, so we've gone ahead and defined those variables. See, it compiles, it's happy with those definitions. Getting a little spinny thing. I'm not sure why. There we go. So if we want to do something with those, we can use our good old system.out.println here, like we have. I'll go ahead and just copy that, it's a little faster. And I want to output, hello, how are you today? Rather than typing out the whole phrase again, I can simply write string 1. See? So I wrote string 1. Now if I define this as s1, it makes it even shorter, less typing. And I can compile and run that. It output my original system.out.println, hello, how are you? And then it output my s1 variable, hello, how are you today? So it makes it a lot easier. So now I'm going to show you the difference between the int and the double. So we'll go ahead and put out another system.out.println. Here I'm going to write a string. I'm going to say int, and I'm going to put a space after that so we can get that, and I'm going to put plus I1. So you can tag things together using a plus sign to put more and more things together in a string. I'll show you with the string, the int, and the doubles here in a minute, a little bit more. So we have that, and then let's do plus, and then I'm actually going to do /n, and that will actually push us down to a new line where I can then put double colon quote, and I will put our D1. Okay, so this is going to print out int colon and then a space and then our 7, and then on a line below that down here in the console it'll print out double colon space and then our double 1. And they're both 7, but I want you to go ahead and see the difference between the two when they print out. So see, we have our int equals 7 and our double equals 7.0. So the double really just carries a decimal point afterwards. If we try and put a 7.0 on our int, possible loss of precision. So the ints can't take that. Whereas if we put it on the double, it'll be happy and it'll still print it out 7.0. Now we can also put a bunch of numbers after it like that, and it'll print it out. So that's just the basic difference between an int and a double. Somewhere where you might use that is in some integer division. Tends to get a little bit complicated there, but we'll go over that sometime soon. So same way we put these variables together in this print line. I'm going to go ahead and let's make another string. Let's call this string s2 equals, let's say, would you like to go to the beach? I would love to go to the beach. Yeah, let's go to the beach. And we can make another one. S3 equals, it's a very nice day. Yeah, I like that. Nice days are good. So we have S1, S2, and S3. And rather than printing, rather than typing that all in again, hello, how are you, we can simply do S1 plus S2 plus S3. Now when we do this, we're going to have a little bit of a problem because notice we didn't add a space in after each phrase, so it's going to print them all out. The today question mark is going to be touching wood, whereas this is going to be touching it, so it's all going to run together. And that's a pretty easy fix. See, today, and it touches there, touches there. In order to fix that, we just have to add our little space in between each thing. Make sure you add another plus in there. Plus space, and then that should fix our problem. Yeah, there we go. Hello, how are you today? Would you like to go to the beach? It's a very nice day. So, how about this? So, would you like to go to the beach? Space at, and then we'll put a plus. We're gonna put I1 plus PM. No, let's go AM. Let's go nice and early. I like to do things early. There we go. Hello, how are you today? Would you like to go to the beach at 7? Oops, look what I did there. Here I can just put a space after that. And There we go. Hello, how are you today? Would you like to go to the beach at 7 a.m.? Now I could fix my sentence structure here a little bit, but for the purpose of this, it's alright. So that's basically defining different variables. We have doubles, ints, and strings. Another common one is a Boolean. We'll go over that later. It takes a value of either true, let's call this v1, or Boolean b2 equals false. So Booleans just take values of true or false, but we'll go over these later. That's basically how to put together a few variables in your code, and you can attach them all together. Use the /n. Another one that you can use is I'll put a /n and then we'll do a /t, and that'll just insert a tab, and you'll see the int is here, and then the double is tabbed in, and it's over there. So you can use that to play around with, outputting, formatting charts and things like that. It's really pretty interesting. So just remember you need to define public class and then name it, starting capital letters of each word, no spaces, and then name your file the same thing. And then you have your public static void main, string args, and then curly braces here and there, and 2 on the end. So yeah, that's basically defining variables. Have fun, play around with it.